Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with us. One big happy family. I want to thank every single one of you for your prayers for myself. I have been sick for over a month now. Thank God I'm just getting over it, and God is good. So we're getting all healed up, giving more energy to create these beautiful pieces for you guys. Thank you so much. I want to mention, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. It helps the channel to grow and keeps us going to create these pieces. Also, when you watch the video, please give a thumbs up. Of course, if you enjoy it, it does help the video quite a bit for YouTube to circulate it. That's the only way we can survive. I also want to mention I do have a private crochet group. You're more than welcome to join as long as you have a profile pic, obviously. I also have Instagram and TikTok. All of these links will be, and a Facebook page. You can follow me. All of the links will be below in the description box. Right below the video is a little arrow. You click on there and all the information is on there. And I want to mention that I use 100% cotton thread. These are 4 plies, similar to Aunt Lydia number 3. My thread is a little bit thinner, so Aunt Lydia number 3 becomes thicker. 2.75 hook for the most part, or most of the time. Let me just fix my camera here a bit. I think that's better. And they go by numbers. So this gray is number 12, and this orange yellow is number 17. So for the most part, I use 2.75 hooks, sometimes 3.5, depending on the project that I'm using. Small hook to tuck in loose ends, and a pair of scissors. And always at the end of my creations, I do have a little video at the end. You can see it displayed on my table. And thank you so much again. So we're going to get started. Okay, everyone. So today we're going to create these beautiful little flowers. I had shown on my last tutorial, which was the X long runner or doily, and I was planning to put these on. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to. I have different sizes, so I'll be showing you how to create them, and you can add them to your patterns, any of them, of course. Very simple to create and yet very lovely. Okay, so I'll be using the white, and I'll be using this orange. Of course, the white will say Branco white. These are 4-ply, 100% cotton thread. And this orange is number 18. So it comes by numbers. And if you see some white spots on my hand, I was cleaning out my garden today, since it's such a beautiful sunny day. And I catched one of those poison ivy plants. And so I had to pretty much do a mixture, which is very simple. Some of you might not know how to get rid of, but the easiest thing to get rid of poison ivy is baking soda mixed with water. A good chunk of baking soda, mix it well with water, and rub over your hands or wherever you got the poison ivy, and just let it dry. So I'll have some white spots of the baking soda, and you do that, and the itching and all that goes away right away, like within 5 minutes. But you do that at least 2 or 3 times during the day, just to make sure that we got all that poison out, right? But anyway, so 2.75 hook, small scissors, and a small one to tuck in loose ends. We're going to get started. Thank you, everyone. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. This is how we can survive continuing to create these beautiful patterns for you guys. Let me know how the recording is. I have a new stand for my mobile to record, and I haven't heard anybody say anything, and I've asked on the last 2 tutorials, which is the X doily and X runner. I have been recording with a long stem, and I need to know from you guys, if you guys see better the stitch, is it much better than the other recordings that I have done? I'm trying to improve or upgrade my equipment for you guys, make things easier for everyone. Okay, if you want it more or less the same size as I do, you can use whatever thread you'd like for this. Aunt Lydia number 3 is the closest to my thread. Cotton, of course, these are 100% cotton thread. These are Portugal threads. I am in Europe. I'm in the islands of Portugal, so this is where I get my thread from. Okay, and a lot of you ask me about it. These are balls of 100 grams, which is 325 yards. They're $12 a ball, including with shipping. Minimum order 6 balls. That's to cover the shipping, or else it's literally impossible to send out. They're just outrageous here at the post office with shippings. It's just ridiculous, but what can I say, right? Let's get started, everyone. Okay, everyone, so the first thing I'm going to do, and you can leave a little bit of a long string so you can put your pearl on if you want to use pearls. Okay, so magic circle, or you can do a 5 chain. Secure it with a slip stitch. I'm going to do 8 singles inside of this magic circle. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this goes for all 3 sizes, the same thing, same amount here. I'm going to close it. I'm going to come in that first loop here of my first single with a slip stitch. Okay, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 chain. I'm going to come back in that same loop and close it with slip stitch. Okay, into the second one using front loop only. The back loop is to do the leaves, the petals. Okay, 1, 2, 3, come back in the same one and close it with slip stitch into the next one. So we're not touching that back loop, only front loops. And again, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3 chain, come back in and close it with slip stitch. So we're going to do this 8 times all the way around. We have 8 singles, so it's 8 little loops here of 3 chain. And I'll meet you at the end. I'm cutting my thread after that and coming in with the weight. Okay, everyone, so I've done my 8 loops, as you can see, and we have these little back loops here that we left behind to do the petals. Now, the first one I did, I have 9 chains, okay, for the petals. That's how we're going to start off, 9 chains. The second one I did, which is smaller, I have 8 chains, and the smallest one I have 7 chains. Now, of course, you could always use thinner thread too in order to have it even smaller. So I'm going to do slip stitch knot. And I'm going to come back here where we have those loops that we left behind. As you recall, we worked only on the front loop, so we have the back loop that we left it with slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm coming on my second loop here, my second chain. So we have 9 chains. On my second one, single. On the next one, I'm going to do half. On the next one, I'm going to do double crochet. And then turn twice on your hook. On the next one, I'm doing triple. Take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. Okay, so we did single on the second chain, half on the next stitch, double crochet on the next one, and triple on the next one. I'm going to do again another triple, so basically we're working backwards now. So 2 triples in the middle. Now we're going to do the double, exactly how we started it. Double, half, and the last one, a single. So we started with single, half, double, triple. We work the opposite way. Triple, double, half, and single. And then we come into the next chain. I know sometimes it's hard to see, especially on camera, but we're coming into the next little loop that we left behind with slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Coming on that second chain, single into the next one. Make sure that you grab the middle of both loops or it's going to curve. Okay, half into the next one, double, and then triple on this one. And then now we're going to work backwards again. Triple, double, we're going to do half, and the last one we're going to do single. So now we have 2 petals, and then you come in to the back there and find your next loop back here and slip stitch and do your 9 chains again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This would look beautiful also with yellow or any color of preference. You're working on whatever pattern you want to add this onto. Single, half, double crochet, triple, another triple, working backwards now, double, half, and the last one, single. Okay, so now we got 3 petals on there. Okay, now we need to have 8 of them. We have 8 loops in the back. Remember, we worked the front little 3 chains. We left 8 loops in the back, so I'm going to complete mine and come back to you with it. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished my last one, my 8, and closed in with slip stitch on my very first one. Now I'm just, because my stitch is so tight, I'm going to use my smaller hook. But if your stitch is loose, then by all means use the same size. Mine's too tight. I won't be able to get in that chain stitch that we did here. Remember the 9 chain stitch we did? So I'm going to come in with slip stitch. I'm going to stretch it a bit because this is a smaller hook. So obviously it's kind of, too tight to. So slip stitch on that chain all the way around these petals. Very simple, and it gives it a beautiful design. Of course, it pulls onto my thread. I should use a thicker hook, a little bit bigger than this one, but I'm just stubborn. What can I say? I'm so used to this little hook. Okay, so 1 per chain as slip stitch all the way to the top, including the very last one up here. And then of course we have the double crochet, so we're using these back loops that we did the double crochets and the doubles and the triples, and just slip stitch right through it. Very simple, right? All the way to the very last one. And then you're going to come in to the very first one here. And then again, right on that chain stitch we did, the 9 chain stitch. So we have that loop. I know sometimes it's hard to see, but this is white. I think you should be able to see it well. And 1 per stitch. Slip stitch all the way to the top. That's all you have to do basically. All the way to the very top one here. And then we have those doubles and triples, so we're using those back loops. And that's all you have to do all the way around the same way. And then come in again into that very first one that we did with that single in order to go up. Okay, so all the way to the end, you continue to do that, and then you cut your thread, tuck in your loose ends, and you can add your purl. You can pass your thread, like I left one here. You can pass your thread in the back to the front and hook your purl in, bring the thread to the back, and then tie it in. Okay, so I'm going to continue, finish, and then show you with the 8 and the 7 chains. Okay, everyone, so I've created my other 2 with the same amount of singles, 8 singles, and then 8 loops of 3 chain slip stitch, right? So now we're going to do the 8 chain one, which is no different than what we did. Well, a little bit different because now it cuts down on one of the triples. Okay, so come back here, grab one of the loops that we left behind, slip stitch. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Skip that first loop, come in the second of the chain. Next, so we do a single, same thing. We do a single, we do half, we do double crochet, triple, double crochet. We've cut down 1 triple. On the other one we had 2 triples. This one we're cutting down. So we're doing, so double crochet. Now we're going to do half, and the last one single. Okay, and again we're going to grab the next loop, and slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into the second chain, single, half, double, and triple, double, half, and single, and then again into the next loop that we left behind, try to get this little thread here and slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into that second chain, single, half, double, triple, and I'm going backwards, double, half, and the last one, single. So we'll be working on 8 petals this way. Gotcha. And then we have to do the slip stitch, no different than what we did with the other one. Slip stitch on the chain, and then back loop slip stitch, and then cut our thread. Okay. Okay, everyone. So I've closed in with slip stitch on my first one, and I'm just gonna slip stitch right through it like we did with the other flower. So this is where I have my 8 chains, just slip stitching right through them. And coming to the top one here. And I'm going to use back loops on these double and triple crochets just to get that little effect going on my paddle. So exactly the same thing. The only thing we're cutting down is on the triples. I'm on the last one, coming into the first one, and then continuing from there on with slip stitch. All the way to the top. And then back loops. To the very last one. And then right into the very first one on here, the next one. Okay, so you pretty much understand where I'm getting at with it. And this is your little medium one, okay? Which I've used a yellow, more yellow color in the center. Okay, everyone, so I've hooked in already my small one. Now this one we're going to do 7 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to come on the second one, so no different than what we did. Second chain with a single. Next stitch, half. Next stitch, double. Next stitch, double again. So instead of doing triples, we're doing 2 doubles, and half and single. Coming into the next loop, and just repeat everything again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Into the second chain, single, half, double, another double, half, and single. So now it's just a repeat of everything again. Slip stitch in the next loop. And then you do your slip stitches exactly how we did with these ones. Okay. So we have this one. I had stretched it out because I thought I was going to glue it on. That's why it looks bigger, but it's not. Once you've either starch it or iron it or block it with water or whatever you do, it becomes opened up. Usually this is glued on. I like to block it with laundry softener and a little bit of water, and then light iron over it so it becomes nice and straight. And that's pretty much it. So the small one will be like this, smaller size. Okay, and if you wanted to put a pearl on it, I had gotten some of these beautiful gray shiny beads that if I decide to put it on the runners, then I could use these, or I can use green. Got some green here. So I got some of this green, which also looks pretty, right? So anyway, you get the drift. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you so much, everybody. Until next time, God bless. Bye-bye.